My friend in the front seat, she starts screaming. She's like, ah! And he turns to me in the car. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alyssa and this is Wonderful Acts. On this channel, I talk about the marvelous, amazing, spectacular encounters that I've had with God. And today I'm gonna share with you how I met my husband. Now, this is one of my most requested videos. I know you guys want to hear about me and my boo thing, about how God ordained our relationship, because he truly did. If you haven't watched our wedding video, please go check it out. It was a beautiful video that our friend Jerome Hyde did. Shout out to him, Unplugged Multimedia. I'll link him below. I was trying to get my husband to join me in this video. Unfortunately, he has to work, so I'm just gonna do it without him. But if you want to see him in a Q&A video, give this video a big thumbs up right now and we're gonna get him on this channel. So me and my husband actually started off as friends. In 2010, I did a year of no dating in order to get my mind focused on the Lord. And one day I went to the library on my campus. I went to the health science library, even though I was a communications journalism major. And my husband says I was in there trying to find a doctor, which is not true, but I happened to find one. But I went in there because it was a more serious place to study and I needed to focus. So I went to the library, I sat at a table. Basically, long story short, he ended up coming to the same table that I was at and was shocked that his study partner even let me sit there because they were in pharmacy school and I'm just a little undergraduate bubbly personality distracting them from their studies. So we became friends, and every time I would see him in the library, I would go say hey, I'd go say what up. We'd sit together at the same table. He had a girlfriend at the time, and that was pretty much it. I invited him to my church and he didn't come. I used to invite everybody to church, so it wasn't anything, odd. I was just like, hey, I go to Grace, whatever, you should come. When I first met him, I will say I did think he was kind of cute. I had a little crush, I'm not gonna lie, but again, when I found out he had a girlfriend, I completely put him in the friend category. Fast forward, we would just hang out every now and then. We went to the Roots Picnic concert one year together. If we saw each other, we'd be like, hey, what's up, how are you doing? Let's go grab some food, let's hang out, let's kick it. But it was nothing more than friendship. That happened for about 4 years. And during that time, he actually did start coming to my church on his own accord, and he got plugged into a men's group. He started growing in his faith. He really surrendered his life over to the Lord and was just growing, he was on his own path. I was on my own path, and we were just loving Jesus independent of one another. Fast forward 4 years, and we're hanging out after church one Sunday, and it was actually Howard University homecoming weekend. And again, I went to HU, shout out, and so did my husband. And so we were talking after church on Sunday, and we're like, yo, what'd you do for homecomoming? And for those of you who know, Howard homecoming is a big deal. It's like the party of all parties. Like, you turn up on Howard homecoming weekend, get it poppin'. And we did not do anything that weekend. We were like, yo, what'd you do? Did you do anything? And he was like, yeah, man, I was at like Freedom Weekend, which is like a deliverance ministry weekend that we do at church. And he was like, what about you? And I was like, yeah, I was at David's Tent, which is a 24-hour amazing worship experience on the National Mall. If you're in DC, check it out. So we're both doing these nerdy, geeky Christian stuff. So we're like, okay, well, let's go to brunch. Like, brunch is a Howard homecoming staple that you do on Sunday. Me, him, and two of my girlfriends decided to go to brunch together. And they were driving, and me and my husband, his name is SUDAN, we took the metro. So we're taking the metro, we're walking and talking, and it was funny in hindsight because I was asking him, like, yeah, so you finished pharmacy school, you got a job lined up, like, what's next? Like, it's time for you to find a wife, like, that's the next step, you got God, you got your job, now you got to find a wife. Adam had a job, he found Eve, boom, where you at? And he was like, yeah, and we're just talking, and just very casually, we go to brunch. And it's crazy because at brunch, one of my friends pulled me aside in the bathroom and was like, so what's up with you and SUDAN? And I'm like, nothing, we are just friends. Because again, at this time, y'all, I was not into him whatsoever. He was like a big brother to me. And because he's a couple years older than me. And I was like, yeah, nah, girl, nothing's going on. So after brunch, we all get in the car together, me, SUDAN, and two of my girlfriends, and they were going to drop me off at work. So we're in the car and we're driving, and my friend in the front seat, she turns around and she asks SUDAN, she's like, yeah, so SUDAN, what are you looking for in a wife? And me and Sudan are in the back, and then my two friends are in the front. And the friend who was driving asked this. She's like, yeah, so, you know, what are you looking for in a wife? And Sudan was like, well, you know, I'm looking for someone who's God-fearing. And then all of a sudden my friend just like cuts him off and is like, look, I don't want to hear all that Christianese talk, you know what I'm saying? Tell me something real. So he was like, okay, well, I'm looking for someone who's a combination between someone like my mom and Alyssa. And all of a sudden, if I would have been drinking water, I would have spit it out, because I was just like, wait, what? My friend in the front seat, she starts screaming. She's like, ah, oh my God. Mind you, she's driving, so we almost get in an accident. She's like, ah. And then my other friend in the front seat just starts literally like sliding down. Like, I just see her face in the mirror, and she's just like, whoa, what is happening? And I'm like, trying to play it cool, and I'm like, okay, y'all, calm down. Like, he didn't say Alyssa, he said someone like Alyssa. You know, I'm a pretty good catch, you know what I'm saying? So someone like me, that could work. And my friend who asked the question was like, no, like, tell me more, explain. So he starts listing all these characteristics about his mom, and then she's like, and Alyssa? And so he starts saying all these like really nice things about me. And we're sitting in the back seat together, so I'm kind of just like, I wasn't even making eye contact. I was just looking out the window like, okay, this is awkward. And where is he going with this? And then my friend who was driving, you know, she looks in the mirror, the rearview mirror, and she's like, well, you know, Sudan, I just feel like this is a God moment right now. And, you know, is there anything else you want to say? Because I just feel like this is the perfect time to say it. And I'm looking at her, if you don't shut up, like, I'm like giving her the evil eyes in the mirror, because I was not into him at all, you guys. So I'm like, stop, what are you doing? And all of a sudden he says, well, yeah, actually there is. And he turns to me in the car, and he's like, well, this is actually something I've been praying about for a while now, and I wanted to know if you would like to enter into a courtship with me. Just like that. He says it so bold, so straightforward, and I'm in shock. The whole car's in shock. And I'm like, huh? Are you serious? And then he was like, yeah, no, I'm very serious. My friend who's driving is like, well, I'm just gonna pull the car over. So she pulls the car over, because I think right now we're like in front of my job. And I'm like, do you even know what a courtship is? Because again, I'm just in shock. And he was like, yeah, no, I want to date you to see if it's God's will for us to be married. And I had nothing to say, no words. So I literally was like, okay, well, I'm going to pray about it, and I'll see you guys later. So I like pat him on the back, say bye to my two friends, get out the car and leave. Just like that. My friends are looking out the window like, where are you going? And I'm like, deuces. And I like run off, because I just don't even know what just happened. I found out later that on the car ride home, because they dropped him off, he was talking more to my friends about the whole situation and how he feels like the Lord had placed it on his heart to reach out to me in that regard. And they all prayed together, and he says he felt like they were brother and sister in the Lord and had this sweet little moment together. Meanwhile, I'm like frantically talking to my coworkers like, what should I do? What just happened? Later that day, my friends come and pick me up from my job, and they're like, look, we're gonna pray about this right now. So they forced me to pray about this at like 1 o'clock in the morning, because I was a waitress, so I worked till like midnight. And at that point in time, I still was just like, yeah, no, like, I think we're just friends. Like, this is not gonna work. Dun, dun, dun. What was my response? You'll have to stay tuned to figure out how I responded to Sudan. Did I say yes or no? Also, next video, I'm gonna talk about how we found out that each other was the one, and the process that we went through seeking God to figure out if we were meant to be married. So if you want to see that video, give this video a big thumbs up right now. Make sure you subscribe to my channel so you can get an update when the next one posts, and I will see y'all then. Also, have to say thank you to my 12,000 subscribers. What? That is like absolutely crazy. I'm genuinely blown away and just so in awe. I love the community that we're building here. I'm loving the comments, I'm loving the testimonies, and just praise God. Glory to God, y'all. This is about him, and I'm happy that we can exalt his name together. I love y'all. This is gonna be a great year, 2018. Let's get it poppin'. Peace.